In comparison to ICE vehicles, BEVs are a different game altogether. Well, when we talk of mass market brands like Hyundai and Kia, they are ruling the ICE segment. But that's not the same case you would see when we talk about battery electric vehicles. That's where they get to face off a luxury brand like the Volvo. And that's why in this scorching heat of Delhi, we have a very hot comparison for you guys that involves the Hyundai Ioniq 5, Kia EV6 and the Volvo C40 Recharge. But mind you, this is not going to be your boring comparison. We have some exciting tests lined up for these electric cars. So without further ado, let's kick things off. EVs, they're all about torque. With torque comes in quick acceleration run, and that's what our first test is. We're gonna find out which one is the quickest to the ton mark. 0 to 100 kmph speed runs is what we'll do with the C40 Recharge, the Ioniq 5 and the EV6. Now since we are in this car, I'll give you a brief about this one. Well, it comes through the CKD route to the Indian market and gets a powerful electric motor and battery setup with an ARAI range of roughly 530 kilometers. Power figures, 410 horses and roughly 660 Newton meters is what you get, and the claimed 0 to 100 figure stands at 4.7 seconds. Now this is a very flush but a slightly plain looking cabin. You wanna call it vanilla, no harms on that. But this touchscreen might look archaic, but I like it. After all, it is simple, no nonsense stuff and is powered by Google. And this vertical layout fits to my bill. Now one thing that Volvo could have done better is giving a curtain for this electric moonroof. In hot and humid temperatures like here in Delhi, it is just baking us out. But which one is the quickest of the lot? Well, results are on your screen. EVs are supposed to be fast, but they are also supposed to be silent, and that's what we are going to find out in this test number 2. Right now we are sitting in the EV6 and we'll start off from this car. Why? Well, it is the only car in this trio that gets the EV banner in its nameplate. Now we're going to use a third-party app to find out which car is the most silent of all. Now we are doing this test in the same environment and identical AC settings for all cars. With lowest ambient noise registered for the Volvo C40 Recharge, it wins here. Now talking of EV6, it uses a skateboard architecture, so what you get is a battery pack underneath your floor and 2 motors, one on the front, one on the rear, giving you an all-wheel drive layout. This car is certainly fast and it certainly seems silent. We are on our final test with the final car, the Ioniq 5. And why do I have a cup in my hand? Well, we are gonna fill it with water to test which car spills the least amount of water on a road like this that's not paved at all. The Volvo wins this test as well with the least amount of water spillage, also signifying that a stiff ride on tarmac doesn't always equate to a bad ride on jolty roads. But I have to tell you something about Ioniq 5 that I really like. The first and foremost is the price. It only starts at rupees 46 lakh, making it the most affordable car in this whole trio. And also it gets a long claimed ARAI range, making the Ioniq 5 hugely desirable. Also it is super comfortable. The seats, they can be reclined, you get under thigh support in ample. This cabin is done in white and these screens, they are crisp. Is there anything to complain about in this Ioniq 5? I really don't find anything of that order other than its dull performance and slightly subjective and opinionated styling. With these results at our disposal, I can tell you that it is the C40 Recharge that is the fastest to the 100 kmph mark between these three cars. It is also the most silent, and when we talk of water test, the lesser displacement of water was observed in the C40 Recharge. Well, that was largely because of its stiff suspension setup, therefore lesser moments in the body. But when we consider price, the C40 Recharge is priced at roughly rupees 63 lakh, whereas the EV6, it goes up to rupees 67 lakh for this all-wheel drive trim. Now the most affordable baby on this comparison is the Ioniq 5 with an ex-showroom price of roughly rupees 46 lakh. And therefore my mind says that it is the Ioniq 5 that wins the tag of best EV in this trio. But my heart, it still goes out for the Volvo, for the kind of performance it offers, for the kind of safety it offers, and of course the design. What do you guys think of these SUVs? Let us know in the comments below. For now, I'm your host Mohit Bhardwaj. We'll take a leave. Take care.